Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Today we are continuing on with Beguiled even to Armageddon, video number 14. We are on, just one second, my papers are going all over the place. I have pamphlets right here. Okay. Volcanic unrest intensifies. Volcanic activity began to manifest in April of 2010, during the same time as BP's oil spill was occurring. Iceland's, oh my goodness, this word is crazy. Let me try to spell it or pronounce it for you guys. Eyjafjallajökull volcano. Not kidding, you guys. I'll put it in the comments. This word is just very, very long and crazy looking, erupted with so much ash into the atmosphere that it forced Northern Europe to ground all their flights. International flights were not able to fly through this ash, and air travel came to a standstill. Then a volcanic swarm began to develop in January 2011 when Sakurajima, the Minamidake crater, and Shinamodake on Mount Kirishima, both on the southern side of Kyushu in Japan, erupted. Then Mount Bromo in Indonesia's province of East Java erupted, and flights had to be canceled due to its ash. At the same time, Yellowstone Park's supervolcano also continued to change. Ground around its caldera began first rising in 2004, and by 2011 had risen over 10 inches. In late 2012, its magma pocket was still swelling and continues to expand, raising fears of a devastating eruption on the horizon. Further concern escalated globally when Galeras volcano in Colombia began to show signs of a nearing eruption during January 2011 as well. Geologists became seriously alarmed about so many swarms of earthquakes near Eyjafjallajökull and Bardarbunga, both volcanoes in Iceland, which had increased in activity since February 2011. February 21st, 2011, Belusen, a 5,115-foot volcano in the Philippines, erupted and turned the sky dark for over 30 minutes due to so much ash. On March 13, 2011, Japan, already ravaged by a historical earthquake only 2 days earlier, had its volcano Shinamodake on the southwestern island of Kyushu erupt for a second time in 2011. Mount Karangatang on Siau Island of the Republic of Indonesia erupted March 18, 2011. Japan was again rattled when Mount Sakurajima exploded March 29, 2011. During April 2011, Mount Beguiled in North Korea, as well as Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand, started showing signs of increased activity. Sorry. Dormant and ancient volcanoes everywhere began increasing in seismic activity during 2012 and continued to cause serious threats on into 2013. Is there a reason? According to scriptural prophecy, yes. The next one is hurricanes, cyclones, typhoons, and hailstorms set records. The most devastating hurricane in United States history was Katrina, which made landfall on August 30th, 2005. Since then, there have been a vast number of Category 3 hurricanes, not reaching land but increasing in numbers. Though not as powerful as Katrina, Isaac inundated and breached levees in the same area of the Gulf Coast during the fall of 2012, almost on the anniversary of Katrina. If that was not enough for America to handle, Isaac was followed by a mere Category 1 hurricane named Sandy, which hit the East Coast in late October 2012, causing devastation much worse than Katrina. Rising sea levels due to polar ice melting and warmer ocean temperatures, according to officials, are priming more formation and intensification of hurricanes and cyclones globally. Mankind had better get ready because this means each new season is going to bring greater threats. Numbers of tornadoes have also increased across the United States since 2005, with fingers being pointed at significant changes in jet stream patterns as the culprit. In fact, the jet stream in 2012 was higher than it had ever been in history, which changed all normal weather patterns for the entire year across America. This destabilization of the jet stream made 2012 the warmest year on record. Major rainstorms, once limited to spring and summer, began occurring year-round, producing disastrous tornadoes that destroyed everything in their paths. Big winter snowstorms occurring in late 2012, were actually given names, just like NOAA gives hurricanes, by the Weather Channel because of their intensity. By Christmas 2012, 5 major storms, Athena, Brutus, Caesar, Draco, and Euclid, had already delivered their punch to the United States. During these storms, temperatures were also fluctuating, so much so that seasons seemed to be displaced, with plants and trees blooming at incorrect times. During Euclid, record snowfall was blanketing the north with blizzards, while 30 tornadoes tore up the southern USA, breaking the old record on numbers of Christmas Day tornadoes, with one being categorized as an EF3. The trend toward increasing storms actually began back in 2010 when record numbers of hurricanes, many at Category 3+, never made landfall, tying for the third most active season ever. Sometimes people forget how serious such storms really are because they never hit land. Out of sight tends to keep the problem out of mind. But truth remains that our Earth is experiencing great change. Hurricane and tornado levels were changed from previous scale intensities, just as the Richter scale for earthquakes was changed, and do not reflect the same scale as earlier recorded events. Information concerning these changes has been removed as much as possible in order to keep the public from panic. The year 2011 ended being heralded as the year with the second largest number of deaths from tornadoes. No sooner had 2012 begun when tornadoes hit several states in January, a time when tornadoes are typically never seen in the United States of America. About that same time, on the other side of the world, on January 18, 2012, snow fell in the Sahara Desert near Beguiled, Algeria. This was a rare event that last occurred in 2005, only this time it broke the record as the worst snowfall in 50 years. On top of all this, during 2012, hurricanes actually developed before hurricane season even began, which was something that had never even happened before. A total of 4 hurricanes occurred within weeks of each other and became the most in recorded history that early in the season. Later in the year, another strange anomaly also occurred when a large Arctic cyclone broke up the thinning ice covering the Arctic Ocean during August 2012. The storm contributed to the ice cap shrinking to the smallest ever recorded in the last 3 decades. By the year's end, typhoons and cyclones have ravaged areas around the globe like never before, leaving devastation and death in their aftermaths. It should also be remembered since 1993 that sea levels have been steadily rising at over 1.2 inches per year. But due to polar ice melting so fast, it is far exceeding that average amount now. Scriptural signs denoting end times are those that month by month multiply and then year by year grow in intensity, just as our generation is witnessing, where everything is suffering. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. With the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, Shamaim, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Hosea 4:3. An increase in serious supercell storms first started pounding the United States during the spring and summer of 2011. These storms not only produced record tornadoes, but enormous hailstorms. Damage to crops, buildings, automobiles, etc. was staggering as huge rocks of ice pelted regions where storms and high winds are also wreaked havoc. Just a year earlier, large hailstones the size of volleyballs fell in South Dakota during July 2010. That's a strange month for it to happen in. It's usually warm. Which indented the ground. These large pieces were made up of smaller, rounded hail stuck together. But in May 2011, hailstones of solid ice, which looked like melons, fell in Norman, Oklahoma. These completely solid hailstones became the most damaging ever. Then during 2012, hailstorms were so horrific they actually shut down airports and damaged planes. Yes, such proves as storms increase in their intensity, so does the size of hail they produce. This is all setting a stage for the coming fulfillment of yet another prophecy. And there fell upon men a great hail out of Shalom, heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed Yahuah because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. Revelation 16:21. February 2012 saw Europe in the worst winter ever, while record snow was falling in Colorado in the United States. At the same time, warmer than normal weather was occurring in the southern United States, breaking records and causing out-of-season tornadoes. Pollen counts that were supposed to be 2,000 per cubic meter were breaking old records with numbers of 10,000 per cubic meter during March 2012. The trend continued as previous records were broken throughout the USA by large margins, well into May 2012 and again in spring 2013. Okay, next time we will be reading Water, Water Everywhere, but not a safe drop to drink. And in that one, it's going to talk about luciferin, which is the protein that allows deep-sea creatures the ability to glow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and now it's time to praise Yahuah. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Toda Rabba Abba Yahuah. Hallelujah. 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 No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No trap from the wicked shall prosper. No snare from the devil shall prosper. Yahuah knows who are his. Do your utmost to show yourself approved. Be ye not deceived by wolves in sheep's clothing. For in the last days there will be blasphemers and evildoers. Yahuah is with me. Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? I love you all with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth.